Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Team Chaos brainstorming call. We are going to be going over some things of how we're going to be leading the team in the future. And so some of you may know me. I'm Ashley. I'm a qualifying 2-star diamond coach. And I might not be your personally sponsored coach. You might fall lower in the downline. So if you don't know me personally, feel free to send me a friend request if you'd like. You know that we're all about being friends and teammates and in this group together. So I have been a Beachbody coach for 2.5 years. And in those 2.5 years, I've been the type of coach that was either all in or all out. I started out as a discount coach. Then I decided to work the business, but with no real intention or effort or anything. So I didn't really have any staying power whatsoever. So I would say, I'm going to be a coach, and I would coach for, a couple weeks, and then I would hit some roadblocks, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll just be a discount coach. And I did that back and forth for quite a while. But this last July, my family moved back to my home state of Washington. My husband got out of the Air Force, and our life has been complete chaos since then. And so I decided to jump back into coaching because I needed it for financial reasons. I needed to make this business grow so I didn't have to go back to work and I could keep my kids home with me. So that's a little bit about my story. I came up with chaos. Some of you may have found me through my running page. Years ago, before I was a coach, I started a running page called Running Through Chaos, because running helped me cope with the chaos of life. I think when you're a mom, a wife, an adult, really everybody's coping with some form of chaos. So it's kind of how I branded myself. And when I had to name my own team for Beachbody, I really struggled with coming up with a name because that chaos kind of was what I was about. So I came up with Team Chaos, and I found an acronym that we are coaches helping and offering support, because that's really what we do as coaches. We're offering support and helping each other as coaches and helping other people who are our customers. So that's a little bit about me. I did want to talk a little bit about what I'm hoping that you'll get from this team and the culture that I'm hoping to create, and we can kind of brainstorm together. But mainly, I really want this team page to grow and not just be something where I'm posting stuff all the time. I hope this becomes a group where we can come together and share our strengths, share our struggles, share our ideas, really work together. So use the page, post as often as you like, even if something that, ask questions, do whatever you think just use the group. Don't just let me be the only one posting. I want everybody to participate and help each other out. No question is a bad question. And even if you think it might have been asked before, you're not sure, just feel free to ask whatever you need to ask. There'll be somebody, whether it be me or somebody else, who can help you out. I find that the more I'm asking other people's or answering other people's questions, the more it just keeps me kind of refreshed. It helps me keep that knowledge right there in the back of my head, because I have a really bad memory. And in fact, thanks to Sally, we're actually having this call today because I had completely forgotten about it, and she posted that she was going to be on the call, and I got a notification on Facebook. I was like, crap, that call is tonight. So bear with me because I don't always have the best memory. But that's what I'm hoping that we'll create as a culture, that we'll create a real team environment where we're working together, sharing positive stuff, even our struggles, but really have the mission of helping each other help other people. Because if we didn't have each other, this business is hard to do completely on our own. As your leader, it's hard for me to lead everybody completely on my own. I hope it's something that we could come together as a team where we can really use everybody's strengths together, because my strengths are not the same as somebody else's strengths. So I'm hoping we can all step up together and help each other. Some of you may have gone through the recent 7-day quick start to coaching training that I kind of developed. I found that people were going through some trainings before that either Amy was running in the determination page or things that I had tried to do, and it seemed like people were just kind of fallen off. So I wanted to create something that was quick and short and just had some useful information to get people started. Have any of you gone through that training, and do you have any feedback from me so far? I know some of you are older coaches, so you might not have gone through, but are any of you, have you gone through the training, and what have you thought so far? I know Casey's gone through the training, or is going through. I'm going to call you out. Is it going okay? Has it helped you at all?
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
Every single day was something new that I learned, and that's mine to still build my confidence. Obviously, I was just trying to be shy right now, but
oh, don't be shy. We will become a family here, so don't be shy.
But yeah, no, it was great, and you know, I'm taking little steps. Like I set up my own kind of like page on Facebook aside from my family page. You know, because though we don't post any negative stuff, anyways, I still post a ton of pictures of my son and of my family and, you know, stuff like that. And family members post on my page as well. So I thought, you know, I'll get my own actual, you know, separate creative page specifically for like health and exercise and stuff. So that I'm still working on, and it's fun.
Well, that's good. What about you, Sally? Have you gone through any of the posts? Have they been helpful to you? I know you've been a coach for a while, but has this been good information to have?
Yes, I've been slow. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I've been slow at building a business, and so yeah, there were some things that I still was unsure about, still, you know, wavering with. Yeah, so there were some things in there, some of the online office things that I've been just looking back and forth with that were helpful. Yes.
Okay, good. My hope that is in the future, I will run those groups depending on how often that we need them, or it's something that, you know, we have the posts and we can tinker with them as we see that needs to be fixed. But I think that we could run that 7-day quick start either once a month or twice a month if we are adding coaches, because I think it's really important that we plug new coaches in to something within the first couple weeks of them signing on. So if we have to run it on the 1st and the 15th or whatever, I'm completely okay with running it. And my plan is after people graduate that 7 days and they've actually participated, they can roll into a different training. I was on a call with Amy, my upline coach, and we're trying to come together with a more advanced training with all the diamonds, which would be me and Kendallin, and a few of the other diamonds on her team. That would be something that we would all fall under for extensive training. And we're hoping it will be a web-based training, meaning we would go, there wouldn't be necessarily a Facebook group, but there would be a bunch of specific training where there would be a website that you would go to, and there would be, you know, week 1, you would be learning about social media, and every day there would be like a link that you would click on, and it would tell you what your training is, whether you're supposed to watch a video or this or that. So you could kind of go at your own pace. Also, it would help us as coaches if somebody asked us a specific question, we could say, hey, go to day 4 of week 2, and you should be able to get that information. And that way, as you're building your team, you're spending less time answering a million questions, but you can kind of point people in the right direction so that they can get the answers that they need on their own. I think sometimes when we search for the answers ourselves, it helps us learn more along the way. You know, but as coaches, we want to make sure our coaches have success, so they have those tools. So I think that's something that's going to be developing. It's something that we were just talking about. We were hoping to have it ready and on the go before Summit, but I'm not sure if that will happen. But that's kind of where the training is supposedly going. But Amy did ask me to brainstorm. The diamonds are supposed to be brainstorming different topics. And if you guys have any topics that you would hope would be discussed that are something that you're struggling with and you would like more training on, I would love to hear what those are so we can make sure that they're included in the training. Anybody have anything specific?
I kind of do because, well, I currently live in Japan, so I'm kind of on a whole nother time difference, 16-hour time difference for most of the parts in the States. And one of the training days that I watched was just how you know, how you reach out to get friends and make friends and stuff. And that I'm not like confident or comfortable, like, because I just don't even know wording wise, like, how do you just find like random new people.
Okay, you know, kind of like inviting and creating a new relationship. That's something that we could talk about for sure in the training.
Yeah.
I think it's something as when you first become a coach, it's kind of scary to think about, okay, well, now I'm a coach. I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing completely. Now I'm supposed to make all these new friends. What am I supposed to say to them?
Right.
And there really is no right or wrong answer or way for us. There's nothing I can say, hey, Casey, say X, Y, Z to these people. It's
Right.
kind of a trial and error as you're talking to people. I know for me, I've been able to find my voice by messaging people and totally screwing up. So I have found over time what works and what doesn't work. But
yeah, because I don't have a problem talking to people in person, you know, if I'm having a conversation with them or if it's friends or family. That's kind of why I started my page, to see if I can get people I know like talking, so I can kind of build my confidence there, because then it's the just complete strangers that I'm like, I don't know how to approach them.
Yeah, and what I can say, just to answer this quickly, what I've done personally is when I'm creating new relationships with people, whether it's people that I'm sending a new friend requests to, like lately I've been sending friend requests to people who have liked my running page, and I'll just send them a message that says something like, hey, you know, so-and-so, thanks for accepting my friend request. It looks like we have a lot of things in common. Do you mind if I ask you, do you have any fitness goals or something? I try and get people to talk about themselves, because that's usually what people want to talk about.
Okay.
Maybe that's what Facebook is about. People want to talk about themselves. So yeah. I try to create conversations where they're talking and I'm listening. I always say it's better to be interested than interesting. I don't want to vomit on them, but be just a sounding place for them to talk. But making those first initial contacts, that's something that we can for sure address.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm also part of a weight loss blog, which would be like such an amazing opportunity, because these are women that I don't know, you know, I just meet them based off of my blogs, like that I put on there and my results and stuff. But of course the page has rules where you can't advertise like your business. So I'm like, okay, so I can just like be friendly, but I can't actually say, hey, I can't ask questions and solicit, you know, and
is this
it makes
on
me so frustrated.
Is this on Facebook?
No.
Okay, because I was going to say, if it was on Facebook, it's something that you could maybe as you're messaging with people, you could say, hey, you know, could we take this conversation to email, or do you mind friending me on Facebook? That's where I like to develop new relationships, and then you could develop a relationship and then maybe have those conversations move to something else.
Yeah, which I have. I've had 2 girls from there switch over to emailing me. Neither one of them have Facebook. One of them has Instagram. I'm like, oh my gosh, come on, people.
I know. I've had people that do the same. How do you not have Facebook? Like,
I know. I don't know. So, but yeah, so I do take those measures, and then I have a couple friends here in Japan that are interested. So I just keep following up with them, and you know, I've only been at this for 30 days or so I'm not expecting like a ton, but
well, making those small steps of momentum is something that, you know, once you get started, just making those small steps is really how you build. So anyways, that's my whole bit on training. That's what's supposed to be coming. Does anybody have anything else that they'd like to add or think that we should be doing for new coaches, or something that you think that's lacking on the team for training? No? Okay. So stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be great. I really liked the idea of having it something that it's not just a group that you're in one time, but it's a resource that you could go to over and over again. Because like I said, I don't always have the best memory. So if I had a resource that I could go back and look up something specifically, I could, you know, go to that thing in case I had questions. The next thing I wanted to talk about was like a team calendar. I had tossed around the idea of doing my own team calls. But I know a lot of us participate in the team calls from my upline, Amy, and what we have decided to do is each of the diamonds on her team are going to take a week each month to do team calls, so we can all talk and all do the strengths from each of us. So I think we're going to continue doing that way. That way it's just one call a week, and we'd have the resources from several different people, because like I said, everybody has a different strength. So I think if you have 4, as of right now, it would be 4 different people on the team who are going to be leading team calls once a week. We're looking for new topics. Amy had said that she feels like she's talked about everything. I suggested, since there's a lot of new people on the teams, to kind of start over at the beginning of the basics and kind of just do a refresher again of some of the topics we may have talked about, 6, 7 months ago, to see if, new people needed a refresher or something like that. So that's going to stay the same. Team calls are still going to be 7 Pacific time Thursday, so it's 9 p.m. Central. I do think I would like to do maybe a once a month team call with my team and everybody below, just to do a little Q&A or just to check in, so that we can see each other's face, get some feedback, do anything that might need to be discussed or planned for the following month. If anybody's open to that, I don't have a date or anything picked out, but I think it would be good to just have a quick call to brainstorm together and talk about stuff like that. I really like to see everybody's faces, honestly. As far as challenge groups and clean eating groups and everything, I know I don't always have a consistent day or week that it always starts. And I know several of you are running your own challenge groups. But for the rest of the team that isn't here, I will always post at the beginning of the month when I'm planning to run my challenge groups. And I usually try and run my main challenge group, my main fitness challenge group, in the middle of the month, so that I can have plenty of time to invite beforehand and be able to make Success Club, so I'm not scrambling at the end of the month. So I'm hoping to be running clean eating challenges at the end of the month, so I have leads to invite for the beginning of the month. But like I said, I don't have concrete stuff, but those groups are always open to anybody on the team who wants to join them, see how I run them, add people to them, so you don't have the pressure of running a group by yourself. Or you guys are always welcome to team up with each other and run challenge groups together. I think I've been to Melon a few times. It's a good way to get some new people together. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about a calendar, or any suggestions that they'd like to see for challenge groups or anything of the sort?
I like all the challenge groups. But I don't know.
Okay, I guess my last one is I just wanted to talk and have, get everybody's opinions on how things have been going and where you would like to personally see the team going, what you think you would like to bring to the team, what are your strengths, and what would you like to see moving forward. I'd hope that everybody could talk a little bit and just say, hey, going forward, this is what I'm hoping to accomplish with my business. This is what I think my strengths are, and this is what I think as a team we can use from what I'm good at. And also, this is one area where I'm struggling and could use help from. That way I could kind of see where everybody is, so I know where to help everybody. So I'm going to put Kristen on the spot and have her go first. Can you unmute yourself? Oh, okay. You have a crying baby?
I do.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Okay, Kendallin, I know you can't stay on the call long. Your turn. You're on the hot seat.
I had to find how to unmute myself. Oh gosh. So, I don't know. I guess just for me with still, I've always been kind of flip-floppy, I guess, with like hitting Success Club every month, as you know. I'm always kind of like hit or miss. And so it's something I'm really trying hard to, I don't know, just be trying to make sure I'm at least hitting it every month, because I really want, to show my team, just sort of start trying to be a leader for everybody else so I can help them make Success Club also. But just like everybody else, I face like tons of challenges, seems like, all the time with that. So personal development has really been, helping me a lot lately, just, to keep going. So that's, something I've been thinking about is I'd like to I like to write things down from the books I'm reading and stuff. So I just like to start maybe sharing more of like stuff that I read with everybody because I know it's hard to, keep, figure out why you should keep going when you're getting all these people that seems like they're wasting your time sometimes. So
yeah, I've often thought it would be cool at the end of the day, and it wouldn't have to be every day, but to kind of have like a wrap up post of, hey, did you win the day? Good, bad, that happened during the day, and this is one of my takeaways was. Kind of like what I do in a challenge group, just a regular challenge group. And like I said, it wouldn't have to be every day because that's a lot of groups to take up, but maybe a couple times a week we could have a check-in of, hey, this is what's going on really good right now. This is where I'm struggling. I've been reading this or listening to this in personal development, and this is my takeaway. That way everybody could kind of see that they're not alone in their struggles and that we can all celebrate each other's successes. Is that something that somebody would be willing to participate? I would be more than willing to post it, but if we
I
had a wrap
I
up,
would participate.
how often do you think we should do it?
at least once a week.
Yeah.
At least once a week.
At least. How about let's start to see how it goes. I'm going to start it twice a week.
Okay.
That maybe like Tuesday. Well, we all see each other usually Thursdays for the call, so maybe I could check in on Tuesday and maybe Wednesday and Monday. I'll figure something out, but we can check in at least twice a week where we can say, hey, this is what's going on. I know weekends are really busy, so I don't want to make anybody do it on the weekend, but maybe even Monday and Friday.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Stephanie just said her computer shut down, so she's going to try to get back on.
Okay, I noticed she was missing. So Monday and Friday for a wrap-up post. That way we can kind of start our week off good and then kind of at the end of the week see how everything went. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but your personal development and sharing that stuff really made me think of that. I had wanted to do that for a while because I'm always reading small little nuggets that I wish I could share. So that would be a good way to discuss it. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so.
I do have to.
I really like the way the team is moving forward right now. I think it's very exciting because while I've loved, still love, the big termination team, it's just, that team is getting really huge now. And so I think it's going to kind of be nice for everybody to have more of a little bit smaller place where we can all come and help each other out. That's
something I should have addressed at the beginning of this call, but I totally stopped. By no means is this like I'm breaking off from Amy's page and it's just me and it's my team. But usually what happens when a coach gets to a certain rank, usually they naturally develop to their own team. And, you can still add people to the bigger team. So my plan is going forward when I have coaches join my team, I'm going to add them to the Team Chaos page, and I encourage everybody to add their coaches into that page. And then if I see as somebody's gone through the trainings and has shown that they have the initiative to want to really move their business forward, I'm going to ask them if they want to be added into the bigger page. Because I think sometimes when you have coaches and you get a new coach, I know I've added some like, here's my team page, and here's this page, and here's this page, and here's this training group, and I think it can be overwhelming. So my plan was to add them to this group, put them in the training if they want to, and then see how it goes moving forward. And if they want more information later, that's where I would add them. So by no means is like, oh, I'm no longer having anything to do with the termination or Amy's page. This just, I think I'm at a level where I need to start growing my team. And I think the intimacy of having a smaller page can be nice. I know that when I was added into Amy's upline page, which I don't know if any of you were in, but there's like 1,000 coaches in there, and I never wanted to post a question in there because I felt like an idiot. Because I was like, I don't want to ask this. There's 1,000 people in here who probably know it, and they're going to look at me like I'm some kind of idiot, but I don't know the answer. So I never would post any questions in there because it intimidated me. So I think having a smaller group is a little bit more intimate, and that's just my whole point, as I want us to mesh together in a way that we're not afraid to say, hey, well, what do I say here? What would you say if you were messaging people? That way people don't always have to message me or message your upline. You can post into the group and get a perspective from a bunch of different people, not just one. So that being said, I'm going to call on, oh, Bethany, did you hear the beginning of part, your strengths? I'm asking people to share their strengths, their weaknesses, and kind of what they're hoping to add to the team. So are your computer good? Can you share?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, right now?
Yes.
Okay. Did anybody else do this yet, or am I the first one?
No, Kendallin did.
Oh, dang, I missed it.
Did you miss the part where we're going to do a wrap-up post on Monday and Friday?
Yeah. I'll have to go back and listen to the recording. I don't want you to have to say it all over again. Okay, so I think my strength is just like, kind of feels weird like talking about myself like this, but I think I'm really good at like the like walk and talk group, of course, and then like my water challenge for the free water challenges have gone really well for me. I have a lot of people that just continually do that one. I'm actually I'm learning, from my mistakes, and I think I made that one too long because it's just like I've been doing it for 9 days. And then I have like 2 days before that where it's like, hey, welcome, whatever. So, obviously I don't like act like that. So I'm going to be doing a shorter one, like 5 days now. But, so I'm kind of just in the process of creating like a new script for that and all of that. But I feel like my strength is getting people started, like easy steps, like not right out the gate, like clean eating, for a whole week, because that can be really intimidating for some people who are just like, okay, I'm struggling with, just drinking water every day, so that kind of has helped me. So I think I can add value to our team by just like helping other people, start groups like that themselves, and then also talk about like the other group that I do as well. So
yeah, I think you have had some really creative ideas, and I think they'll be very, very helpful to the team. Is there anything that you personally struggle with that you're hoping that in the team you can get some help with?
Yeah, like something that I'm struggling with is, well, I don't know. I mean, as far as like, I need to do more personal development. I feel like I do that through like podcasts, like, cause I listen to podcasts like every day, but I feel like I'm like slacking in reading books because I feel like that, I don't know if I'm getting the same thing from like personal development from listening to like podcasts as opposed to like reading like a book. So I feel like I'm kind of struggling there because I'm not sure like where to find the balance on what works there. And then I just lost my other one that I was going to say.
If I come back, let us know. We have 10 minutes left. Who knew I could be so chatty? Okay. Do you still have a crying baby, Kristen? Okay. Go ahead and add a quick snippet of strength, or you need some help in what you're looking forward to.
Okay, so I just had a strength and I lost it. Okay, so I'll start with my weakness. My weakness, and it's actually a fear, is that I'm not going to be a good leader. It's, I know it's just about finding the right people, and I've done multi-level marketing type business before, and I had a lot of team members and I failed miserably. So I'm afraid of failing. Putting out my goals was really scary for me. So I guess just becoming a good leader, someone that someone can look up to and not be afraid to come and then do what I'm doing. My strength would be talking to people about challenge packs, even though that was not something in the beginning that I was very strong at because I felt bad about the cost. But now that I'm consistently hitting Success Club, I think that just assuming the sale and trying to help my team and everyone else hit Success Club would be a strength, one of my strengths.
Yeah, for sure. You've been really good. You've been really, really consistent at that, and I think it shows that you believe in your product and you believe that there's value there. Okay, I'm going to call on Christine. Do you have anything to add? I know Christine is not a new coach, but she's much kind of like how I was when I first started as a coach, really unsure of what to do and didn't want to really talk to friends or family. And so I know she really wants to make this work. So I'm going to challenge her to share her strengths and her weakness, if you don't mind.
Can you hear me? I don't even know
Yeah,
how to do
I can
this.
hear you. Yep,
Okay.
I can hear you.
I have a lot of weaknesses. Hearing what everybody's saying that they can bring will help me a lot because I need to learn all of it. So I'm not really sure exactly what I bring to the table.
Well, I'm going to tell you what one of your strengths are, since you don't see it in yourself. My Kendallin, her mom's I think one of your strengths, I know when you've been actively participating in my challenge groups, especially my first ones, you're always very encouraging and motivating to the people who are in them. And you're very, very good at providing good information from other resources to help people. So you're really, really naturally good at coaching people. I think the struggle I think you have is finding the people to coach.
Right, I just have no one to coach.
But you have the coaching part down. Like, you're going to be fantastic. So we just have to get you over those hurdles of actually finding people to coach. And I can say the same thing for Sally. I don't know. Sally, you're welcome to share. What do you think your strengths and your weaknesses are? Because you are the exact same way to me. You're very encouraging, motivating. You've jumped in, running your own clean eating groups, and I'm really proud of you. So what do you think your strengths and weaknesses are?
You don't have enough time for all the weaknesses. The strengths, I don't know. I honestly have been a kind of person to, no good self-esteem. So strengths, I don't. Weaknesses, I know I'm not organized enough. And Christian, I would love to hear, your posts. I really am weak in what to message people and how to get the conversation started.
So what we might need to come up with is in the group is maybe a good file or Google Drive of some sort that has a few resources for scripts. Maybe we could all brainstorm. I can make a post and everybody could add what they're messaging to people when they're just saying hi, when they're following up. That way it gives people who are, when they're first starting, they're not sure what to say. I kind of wing it. I don't follow a script, but I would come up with something that I kind of usually say. Because I know that that's very helpful. So would that be helpful for you if you had like a resource you could go with some scripts that you could kind of use?
Yeah, I think like you've said in the past, make it your own. So if we just had a basic start, how do I open the conversation and get it going and fill in with your own?
Do you feel more comfortable, Sally, talking to people in person or through Facebook?
I don't know. I'm okay with Facebook.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all I have for you, ladies. Unless anybody has anything else, I'm really. Oh, Casey, I didn't call on you. I know you just got started. I'm sorry. Strengths.
Oh no, that's okay. I pretty much already said my weaknesses. I mean, weaknesses are just just my confidence and learning how to, like everybody else, learning how to talk to people. I think my strengths are that I like to give advice. I like to talk. I like to listen. I like to see people sticking to things, and I love to see the excitement, in other people. So I'm okay with following up and getting people, involved. It's just selling. And I come from USAA, like selling products, but now this is something new. And it's something over the internet that it's just that's my weakness.
I will say, for me personally, when I first became a coach, I struggled with wanting to sell to people because, one, I felt bad. I felt guilty because I knew that these products were expensive, and I know personally I'm very tight with my money. And when I would ask people to buy something, I almost was giving them an out. So I would say, hey, well, you could buy this, but blah, 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 blah. Like, I already give them an out. So when Kristen says to assume the sale, I approach things a lot different now because my belief in myself and what I have to offer is different. And the only way that came is just from failing forward. I made a lot of mistakes, but through those mistakes, I have found my place in my role as a coach. And I feel like I've really grown into where I'm at. So I don't apologize for what I have anymore. It's no longer like, I know it's expensive, but I approach things differently. And that's something that just kind of comes through trial and error. I think the biggest takeaway from this business is you're going to fail all the time.
Yeah.
But it's in those failures that you'll find what works. It's like taking a bunch of stuff and throwing it against the wall and seeing what sticks. And what sticks, you're like, okay, well, I'll work that way. And that's all that you can do. It's just trial and error. There is no perfect way. And the way I approach things and have success might not work for you. So you might try it and you might think, well, I don't understand. She got a bunch of people to buy challenge packs with that. It's not working for me. You just have to kind of feel your way through it in the beginning, which can be really, really hard. I can say for me personally, when I first got started as a coach, I did really good for like 3 months. I had people who were interested and it was easy-ish, meaning that they were pretty easy sales. And then when I ran out of those people, I was like, oh, I'm done. Like, I can't do this. And it was like about 4 or 5 months in, I was like, this is just too hard. So
what about the people that, like, I have a lot of friends who are already fit, you know, they already have an exercise routine. So it's like, okay, well, I don't even want to bring it up to them because
as you get more confidence, that's something, those are people, if they're already fit and liking what they're doing, they might be people who, if they have a passion for it, they could possibly be a coach.
Okay.
And that's something we can talk about later. But yeah, I mean, now I'm in a position where I think that I have something to offer everyone. And I'm in another training group, and this is a side note, we only have a minute left, so if I get cut off, I'm sorry. But somebody had said something, we have something that's available to everyone. Don't count anybody out. It's really easy when you're trying to talk to somebody or invite to somebody, you already think, oh no, they won't be interested in it. They wouldn't want to have anything to do with this. Don't ever assume somebody wouldn't, because you just never know until you ask.
Okay.
And a lot of times a no isn't a no, it's a not right now.
Yeah. That's true.
But anyways, I appreciate you guys for getting on this call. I will post kind of like a wrap up in the group so other people can watch it, and then hopefully anybody else who wants to add anything can. But Monday, Fridays, we'll start our wrap up posts. Of course, training will get started again soon, and I think that's about it. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.